Hello, this video looks into some exam questions on crude oil and its fractional distillation. If you're not very confident in this topic, then I would recommend you watch the previous videos that I've posted on these topics. So let's start with the first one. So in this case, they've given you crude oil is used to produce polyethylene, and they've given you the diagram. And you've been asked to arrange these statements. You've got to write a number to indicate the order in which this process occurs. So you could pause the video now and try out the question. And if you'd paused the video and you've just arrived back to check the working out, so let's see. So you would have heated crude oil, then most of the compound in crude oil evaporate. Then the liquids go up, liquid will come down to the bottom, and the hot air or the hot vapors rise up. When the hot vapors rise up the column, the vapors will cool, and depending on their boiling point, they condense at different parts of the fractionating column. So this question is for 2 marks, so you just have to know the order in which the process occurs. This is slightly longer, it's got extended writing. So complete the sentence. You've got the data here. Crude oil is a mixture of hydrocarbons. These hydrocarbons can be separated, and some of them can be used to make other useful products. So they've given you a flow chart and you've been asked to complete the sentence. So hydrocarbons are made up of dash and dash atoms. So we know they're made up of carbon and hydrogen. The next part is, how are the small and large hydrocarbons in crude oil separated? So if you want to pause the video and try it out, so it's for 2 marks, so they're looking for 2 points in the question. So let's try this bit. And this is what you would have written. So you could have written simply as fractional distillation is used, and the molecules are separated due to differences in the boiling point, or you could have explained it a bit more, saying that the smaller hydrocarbons, because the question talks about small and large, so you could differentiate and say small hydrocarbons boil at a lower temperature, therefore they evaporate first, and therefore they go to the top of the fractionating column where they are condensed. So as per the diagram, it gives you a clue that the smaller hydrocarbons collected at the top because it's got the low boiling point, whereas larger hydrocarbons are collected at the bottom, therefore they have got higher boiling point. So that's the key. Hydrocarbons, we said, they're made up of hydrogen and carbon atoms, so you can just write down that, and that's quite a 1-marker question generally, so you're lucky this one's got 2 marks, so quite a bonus question here really. This is your 6-marker question. This comes from the previous specification where the focus was a lot on quality of written communication, but what you're looking here is, even in the new spec, even if you write down the answer in bullet points, it's fine, but you need to be able to provide the answer so that it's written systematically and it's easy to understand. Use specialist terms. So if you read the question, it's about description. So the command word is describe. So you've got to describe the process. You're explaining. So you're try thinking as if you're explaining to an alien. So that's the level of detail you want. And they have said petrol. So you've got to link the answer back to petrol. So like in English, you might use peel as in your writing frame. So you'd say your point, you explain, you evaluate, and you link back to the question. So the same thing, once you've written the points, always go back to the question and see, have I answered everything? And linking here would be linking to the petrol. You've got to refer back to the petrol. And the question also says, use the diagram. So you've got to link it to the diagram. So give yourself some time to jot down the answers and then come back and check using the mark scheme in this video whether you've got the answers or not. So your answer would look like this. You would have to use the word petrol. So you would say, you would explain that petrol is separated by fractional distillation. So heat the crude oil, or some mention about the crude oil being heated to a particular temperature, you would need to refer to that petrol. The reason why petrol is collected at the top is because it has got a lower boiling point, and because it's got lower boiling point, we know it's gonna have less number of carbon atoms, so it's a smaller molecule, so you've got to link it to that. Then you would say that there is some kind of temperature gradient. So that mention should be there. You could either say that there is a temperature gradient, or even if you have just said that the fractionating column is colder at the top or cooler at the top and hotter at the bottom, that would be fine. But you've got to mention that there is a difference in temperature in that column. And because of that, at the top, you would get the vapors of those molecules which boil at a lower temperature. So that means that the fractions that you obtain at the top are the fractions that are smaller in size. And the hydrocarbons with higher boiling point are collected at the bottom. You could also mention that bitumen, shown in the diagram, has got a higher boiling point. So this is what we were hoping to achieve from this video, an understanding of answering exam question. The 6-marker question comes on generally the fractional distillation. So this video was just to develop your writing on a 6-marker question. So I hope this video has been helpful, and please do like and subscribe to the channel, and if you've got any queries, do post them here and I'll try to get back to you. So thank you for watching and all the best. Bye.